Yeah, man. So,
What's up? Talk to me.
just basically just coming across. Had a moment yesterday, right? Guys that's watching, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the new Frankie Life, Frankie Talks. On this episode, I want to share with you guys what happened last night. I was stumbling on YouTube, just going down the YouTube rabbit hole, and I stumbled across a video that literally explains everything that I'm going through mentally, about like this lack of contentment, lack of happiness. Even though I had all these riches or I had all these things of success, it's not enough, right? It's not enough. And the video pretty much echoed my sentiment and pretty much provided an answer for what I was already thinking and experiencing. I think the video is too loud.
What was the context of the video?
Minimalism. I'm gonna tag it on this video. But basically it says how these two guys, they made a documentary on Netflix. And I think Matt Davala, he's a big YouTuber, he directed this video. And it was just basically about how minimalism is the answer for all your lack of happiness. Minimalism is just basically the philosophy of less is more.
Okay.
One bed, one shoes, one pair of pants, one shirt. We live in a very overindulgent society. We like to buy, consume, have different things.
Yeah.
And society is made that way for whatever reason. But that system is not conducive to a happy life. Living life on a system which constantly demands you to buy, if you're searching your happiness and you're basing your happiness and contentment of success or achieving things, that's not a good way to find success. So it kind of like echoes what I'm doing now with the whole 1 meal a day, eating 1 meal a day. When my lease ended on my apartment, I gave away all my clothes, like expensive clothes, everything. I gave away everything. I literally took one bag and I traveled to Thailand with just one bag of clothes. And it seemed like I was on that path, but I didn't really have a name to be attached to it until I saw that video last night, and I was just like, wait, this is literally how I feel. And there were people that had very successful backgrounds in this documentary,
Right.
like a stockbroker who worked at a firm and was at the very high rank. He's about to become junior partner, which is like really high rank. And he just walked away and said, I didn't want this. I want to live my one life flamboyantly. And it was just really like eye-opening. You know, it's really like, because this video literally, every aspect, it covered every aspect of how I feel.
How long was that video?
An hour.
An hour.
Hour and then I watched the whole thing.
Minimalism. What's the topic?
Minimalism is the cure for.
How would you define that? Minimalism. Like, what's your definition of it?
Basically what I'm doing now. Why do I need to eat 3 meals a day? Why do anybody need to eat 3 meals a day? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's enough scientific data that supports that you don't need to eat 3 meals a day. You shouldn't eat breakfast in the morning, despite what they told us and all this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be fasting actually. Give your digestive system a chance to recover and to heal itself, because that takes up most energy. Whenever you eat, all that energy goes into your digestive tract.
Yeah.
To break down that food.
Right.
But that's a different topic. But minimalism is just basically the idea, the concept that less is more. We don't need to continue to, oh, I need this shoe, that shoe, I need this shirt to match it. No, do more with less. And especially if someone who has ADHD that gets overwhelmed easily. You simplify your life. I'm looking to solemnize and simplify my life. So you work with less.
You do.
And it's so much peaceful when you operate that way.
Okay. I hear a lot of these points, and I have to say there's many points that I do definitely agree on. You know, the whole thing about not eating breakfast, and I try to, as of late, this is definitely moving forward. Part of my plan. Had it not been for bulking, the idea of bulking is to eat as much as possible, right? To get big, right? So that's gym related, right?
But you can get big on a fasting diet as well. It just takes longer.
Right.
And it has to be done properly. But if you work out every day, you take in the right amount of dambai and other things that you need, you'll get the results you want. Because I'm trying to put on weight as well. but my mental health is more important to me than how I look.
Right. I see what you're saying, bro.
So when I saw this video last night, I was just like shocked. Wow, this literally explains exactly how I feel.
Minimalism. It's very interesting you mentioned this because there's this saying in Chinese that says 知足常乐. 知足常乐. 知 meaning knowing. 足 meaning enough. 常 meaning often. 乐 meaning lack. 知足常乐 meaning knowing that you have enough. Most of the time you're gonna be happy. And that I think relates to the whole thing about, you know, one meal is enough, and that will make me happy. I'm not asking for all that. You know what I mean?
How do you say it again?
知足常乐.
常乐.
知足常乐.
知足常乐.
Knowing I have enough is gonna make me constantly happy. I think it's very interesting. You brought up happiness, and I think the whole idea about being unhappy is knowing I don't have enough. I'm not good enough. I don't have enough. I don't have what it takes. Self-doubt, anxiety, yada yada yada, right? All of that fall into not having enough. You're not in abundance. Having an abundance mindset, meaning I could have 3 meals a day, but one will make me happy. It's not that I cannot do it, I choose not to do it.
Well, let's probably just say something a little bit more practical. Because probably people are still, I need my 3 meals a day. So like, you don't need 10 pairs of shoes. You don't need 30 pairs of shirts.
Right.
Pants, jeans, name brands. The Japanese are, a lot of people that know about minimalism, I think they know about through the Japanese kind of like made that idea popular. Like Ikigai or something like that.
Right.
Like it's a big thing in Japan, like just minimalism was big in Japan. But that video, bro, if you check it out, it's gonna be tagged on this video. It answered my questions, and I just figured like, yeah, man, it just confirmed the path that I'm already on. I'm on the path of solemnizing and minimizing my life,
Right.
to the furthest extent. Removing things that is not needed, that doesn't serve me. So anything that's extra doesn't serve me, just removing that from my life.
Right.
Possessions, people, whatever you call it. You know?
That's dope. You do need that is cleansing the word cleansing? Cleanse. Self-cleanse. And that, it does come from a, you know what I mean, diabetic, like what you eat, right?
Diabetic is like it's a disease. It's like a condition where you have too much sugar in your blood.
So I want to say like diet related. My English is not good.
Nah, that's how I got you. I'm healthy.
You know what I mean?
I know whatever. Let's say what you were saying.
Yeah. So like related to food, right? Like what do you call that? Not diabetic. Like dietarian. So that is very dietarian because what comes into our body, it provides energy. Whatever we
Food
eat,
is energy.
Food is energy, right? Right? Now, it goes back to what you say. Does more always mean better? No. More energy doesn't equal to I'll be better, I'll be more energetic, I'll be, you know what I mean? It doesn't. It's not equivalent. Not eating as much, it doesn't mean you will just be low energy. Having 1 meal a day is absolutely, bro. Like,
it applies also to life. Think of it, if you have so much people in your life, you try to give everybody energy, right? Do you want to give your valuable energy, your sacred energy to everybody? Nah, only a handful of people, your family members, your loved ones. Food, if you're eating all the time, constantly consuming all kinds of food, junk food, this food, your body has limited resources that it now has to go to all those different foods and break it down. There's only one gut intestine that we have, and we're constantly overworking it. But this video is not meant to be a health video. We're kind of like staying on the health point, but the major point I want to take away from minimalism is the minimalism, how it applies to life. How in life, like those who try to derive happiness and fulfillment from achieving things or going places or that is not a sustainable way to live, and it's not a good system to build happiness.
Right.
Because you can't keep up, you will never keep up. Nothing will ever be enough, and that's my story. That every time I come across something new, at first it's novelty, it's wow, it's new, I like it. After I get it's bored. It's this constant, the chemical mechanisms in our brain that's responsible for all this, it's called dopamine.
Right.
It's a constant need for dopamine, and that's pretty much it, man. Like,
it is. It is, and I totally, absolutely, inherently agree with that. Dopamines, I think at some point we have to learn how to control our dopamines. Reason why, to put that in a very simple format, right? I don't like to talk about the things that I do, right? Or whatever it is that's upcoming, right? I don't like to talk about these things to people. Hey, look, next week I'm going to yada, yada, yada. Unless these people are associated with what I'm about to do. I don't like for people to know that information because while talking about something exciting to us, we're letting that dopamine out. Do you get what I'm saying? Hey, look, man, I got this basketball game coming up.
You're dopamine. You're feeling good, but sharing.
When the moment actually comes, it's out. The dopamine that you need at that moment for you to actually get you pumped up for that moment, you already got it out. You already got it out. So when the day actually comes for you to, you actually need that dopamine. It's gone. You don't have any. It's gone. You already got it through constant talking. You know what I mean? This is why to retain again. Resist food, also resist certain unhealthy conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to talk about this. I don't need to talk about that. I need that energy. I need that dopamine for when the actual day comes.
Right.
I need to use it. You know what I mean? So, that being said, bro, like, it applies to so many things, and it just goes back to the whole conversation we had earlier today in the car, bro, about how, like, there's truth in everything. You know what I mean? So the same mechanic, you could apply that to different scenarios, and it will always function, bro. The further and further you go into this topic, you just, bro, like, it goes back in circle, bro. Circle of life. You know what I mean? But either way.
Yeah,
what's your thought on that run, bro?
I think that was great, man. I think you did a great job at understanding my points. Like, it's just like we live in a society that's constantly pushing overindulgence. It's not sustainable. Ask any economist, ask any sociologist. Right. They will say, like, it's kind of scary, the numbers that we see. Like, the Consumer Report is a financial reading on the U.S. economy. The Consumer Index, CPI.
Right. I don't watch the news at all.
Yeah, it's just constantly just inflated. It's just constantly rising over time. And it's just like, it's not sustainable. People are spending at record high.
Right.
For what? And I know this video isn't probably not going to change the world, but at the very least, what I want people to get from this is that there's another way. Like, the way we're living now isn't the only way. I know people heard the story of the rich king. It's an old story. You probably heard it. The rich king that gave away all his wealth to become a monk. So I don't know which was it, India or China, but it's that's literally the most easiest way to get someone to understand minimalism. It's the king who had it all, but gave it away to become a monk, to dedicate himself to a life of mediocrity. Not mediocrity, but just basically dedicate their life to a simplified life, a more simple life.
To the bare minimum.
To the bare minimum. And I think that's the path. No, I don't think. I know that's the path I'm on now. Just basically simplifying everything. I don't need, no matter how much money I make, I don't need all this jewelry, I don't need these watches, I don't need this. Simplicity. I literally, that's my goal. Like, when I start traveling again, I just live out a backpack. Literally, that's my goal. Like, that's what I was in the process of doing. I did it already, but like, just streamlining that process, making it better. Just living out a backpack, traveling throughout Asia, China, everywhere, just backpacking, not a lot of possessions, because that is the poison. That's the poison of society. Society is gonna fall. Rome fell. Just like Rome fell, everything is gonna fall because it's not sustainable. It's gonna burn out eventually. And I think what people are doing, or these governments are doing, when they keep printing all this money and trying to keep the game going, they're all just trying to keep the game going. Eventually, it's gonna. The rooster comes to crow eventually. You know, the rooster. There's always saying like the rooster eventually comes to crow. It's gonna come to crow, and when it comes to crow, you want to be able to be prepared. You want to be like everybody else that was just like, oh my god, I don't know, like, it's so crazy. Like, the social media, the dopamine, like doom scrolling, that fries your brain.
Oh yeah.
Dopamine wise, that fries scrolling. Bro, that's why I don't follow people. I don't follow people on social media.
And that's good.
Bro, because you get in the habit of looking what other people are doing in their lives, and bro, it's horrible.
It's
like,
not good.
And I admit, like, this whole social media engine I play a part in it as well, but I like to think that my content is doing something for humanity. And I won't stay in it forever, but while I'm here, I just want to share content that's wholesome and it would help people become better people. Become a better person. So I think that's it, man. I think that's pretty much it for today's Frankie Talk. So last night, man, so that video, I'll leave it in the description box. Minimalism. Look into it, guys. It's truly the cure to this hedonistic society that we live in. Constantly purchasing, constantly indulging, whether it be sex, whether it be consumption of food, whether it be possessions, whether it be energy. It's a constant overconsumption. That's not sustainable. So look into minimalism, understand stoicism, and even embrace asceticism, which is why I eat one meal a day. Alright guys, that's it for today's video.
Make sure y'all check that video, y'all. My boy's dropping some gems up in here, y'all. This is big time.
Alright guys, peace.